Welcome to the All Saints Day countdown. Today's saint was born in Turkey, a town right opposite Italy. You can actually take a boat from his town to Bari in Italy. And he traveled to Jerusalem, to Palestine. He was a very rich kid who, when he was young, his parents died. So with his money, he gave to children and he gave to the poor. And when he became a saint, his name was Saint Nicholas. So Saint Nick, just a couple of hundred years after Jesus Christ's passing away, was very well known and actually became the patron saint of Russia. He became the patron saint of the city of Bari in Italy, where his remains are housed, and other portions of his remains are housed in Turkey. So Nicholas, thousand years later, is the name chosen by a man who wrote about the development of New York City. How did Manhattan develop? Well, it was called New Amsterdam by the Dutch. So Washington Irving, just a couple of years after the 1776 independence from England, he was again from a wealthy family, and he wrote the history of New Amsterdam, where he claimed that in the story called The History of New York, he claimed that in Dutch, Santa Claus, Sinterklaas was actually a saint who had a big white beard, a red outfit, and a pipe, and that he would come down the chimneys and give gifts to children and the poor. So that's why our buddy Santa Claus is sitting there, and that's why JJ has his Christmas scarf on that he got from my niece. And today's song is Santa Sinterklaas is coming to town. I changed the lyrics to give you the history of Sinterklaas. Enjoy. Just a few more days before Halloween, which is the eve of All Saints' Day. Listen up.
The story of New Amsterdam, written in the history of New York by Washington Irving. In that book, written in 1809, it told that St. Nicholas was just fine. It said that his name in Dutch is Sinterklaas, and he does so much. He loves young children, gives to the poor, wears a white beard and a pipe for sure. Washington Irving, named after George, was only 26 when he told us about Santa Claus, Saint Nick. He said it was no trick that Saint Nick would come down the chimney